What's up, y'all, man? Today we'll be checking out how the universe was created according to Hinduism. Right. Now, it's going to be one of, if not the coolest videos on my channel, bro, because I do not know anything about this, man. This is going to be pretty dang sick to see, man. Like, we had a class when I was a kid learning about the different religions, bro. But at the time when I was younger, I was worried about sports and ladies. So I didn't really pay much attention to that, man. So I'm ready to check this out, man. Let's do it.
The universe is a mystery that has always puzzled mankind. How was it created? And who is responsible for creation? In Hinduism, there are many theories about how the universe was created in the earliest days. Let's explore some of them. In Hinduism, the universe is not one single entity. There are an infinite number of universes that are constantly being created and destroyed. In other words, we live in a universe that belongs to a multiverse. A universe will ultimately die, but the multiverse lives on. Lord Vishnu is a personification of this multiverse. According to Hinduism, Lord Vishnu was asleep in the cosmic ocean of all causes before the creation of the universe. His bed is a giant serpent with thousands of cobra-like hoods. The universe was created in a triad of roles: creator,
imagine being able to build an
maintainer, and destroyer. Lord Vishnu is the maintainer. Lord Brahma is the creator. Lord Shiva is the destroyer. The universe was created through the actions of Lord Vishnu, who slept and let a lotus bloom from his navel. The lotus stem represents the creation of the universe, while Brahma is found at the flower's center and represents the creator. The time it takes for one universe to be created and the next one to end is also the duration of one breath of Lord Vishnu.
Oh, that's
When he
nuts.
exhales, thousands of universes come into being and a new Brahma is born in each one. But when Lord Vishnu inhales, all universes get sucked in and Brahma dies. Lord Brahma represents the universe that we live in. He creates all life forms and is responsible for the physical world that we live in. Lord Vishnu is the personification of the eternal multiverse.
Wow, that's pretty
He is
cool.
responsible for the continuation of life in all universes. Brahma is the representation of our temporary physical universe, while Vishnu is the representation of the eternal multiverse that exists forever without any beginning or end. The current universe represented by Brahma is not permanent. In fact, it's quite temporary. Brahma only lives for 100 years and then he dies and a new universe will be born. Now, let's talk about time measurements.
Okay, before we get into the time measurements, this got me curious. So, did they kind of like, I don't want to say predict, but did they kind of like know that galaxies existed before they could actually see it, like scientifically, I guess, or would you say, or I guess see it with like the technology we have today? Like, man, because, or are they more so saying that we have multiple universes, which I've actually heard theories about us actually having multiple different universes, not just galaxies and like all of that, like actual different universes, which would be insane, bro. And as we know, the universe is constantly expanding. So they kind of said all of this before we, like, because obviously I'm assuming Hinduism was made well before we could like even remotely see all of that. So that's pretty cool that they like knew that, you know what I'm saying? Like, or
Brahma
at least said
lives
that.
for 100 years and each year of Brahma has 360 days. And we are currently on the first day of the 51st year of his reign. There are day and night. During the day, Brahma creates life, and during the night, all life he created is absorbed back into him. Therefore, we will only be there for this day of Brahma, which is the first day of his 51st year. But don't be sad. Let me promise you that this is quite a long day. Yug, large units of time. Think of yug as a unit of time that is measured in thousands to millions of years. The Vishnu Puran, an ancient Hindu text, has details about these yug measurements. A Mahayug is made up of 4 sub-yugs that are distributed in the ratio of 4:3, 3:2, 2:1. In a Mahayug, the Kali Yug is the shortest yug and lasts for 432,000 solar years, followed by the Dwapar Yug, which is twice as long as 864,000 years. Then there's Treta Yug at 12,96,000 years, and finally the Satyug, which is 17,28,000 years. So in all, a Mahayug on Earth lasts for 4.32 million years. Manvantar. The next major unit of time after a Mahayug in ancient Indian text is called Manvantar. At the beginning of a Manvantar, new life forms are created, and at the end of it, those life forms are destroyed.
Damn.
This is how the cycle of life goes on in the ancient Indian texts. One Manvantar is said to last for 71 Mahayug, or 71 multiplied by 4.32 million years. This works out to be around 306.72
I'm glad she
million
did the
years
math
in
for
total.
us, bro. Glad
According
she
to
did that.
these ancient texts, all life on Earth will eventually be destroyed after 306.72 million years of evolution. Interestingly, around 252 million years ago, the Earth experienced its largest mass extinction event. Most species on Earth were killed, including nearly 90% to 96% of all insects. This was also the only mass extinction period of insects on Earth. After each mass extinction of life forms, there is a period of recovery called Sandhikal. This period lasts for one Satyug, or 1.728 million years. According to the latest estimates from modern science, it is believed that it took around 10 million years for life on Earth to recover after the Permian-Triassic extinction event. As you can see, it took our planet 10 million years to get back to its feet after suffering the greatest mass
Yeah, that's
extinction
nuts,
in
man.
history.
Wow.
Kalp, day of the Brahma or universe. The universe has a day too. Just like our day on Earth is called Kalp, the time period for one Kalp is said to be equivalent to 14 Manvantars.
Wow. Yo, okay. What I'm loving about this, bro, is they think Hinduism, at least from what it seemed like, is thinking very big, like very macro. You know what I'm saying? Like into not just us on this planet. It makes you feel not insignificant, but it makes you realize there's like so much going on beyond us. You know what I'm saying? Even beyond what we worry about on this planet. And I think that is really cool. And I like the fact that everything has numbers to kind of back it up. You know what I'm saying? And even the way they kind of like describe the mass extinction and the period it's going to take to recover and stuff like that, whether the numbers are the exact same, these things actually happen. Like when there's a mass extinction, the Earth takes a very long time to recover from that. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of is like born anew, and it ends up being and things change. Like most things on the planet will change. We'll probably see new animals, all of that. And I think that's really cool because at the time, I'm assuming when Hinduism was first formed, they like when they were writing this stuff, did they actually know about these mass extinctions, or did they just follow what a higher power was telling them? You know what I'm saying? Or because I'm assuming they got like something written for all of this, but maybe I'm wrong about that too. But
the time period for one Kalp is said to be equivalent to 14 Manvantars and the Sandhikal. So there are 14 Manvantars and 15 Sandhikals in a Kalp. During the Sandhikal before the first Manvantar, no life has evolved yet. So one Kalp equal to 14 multiplied by 306.72 million years plus 15 multiplied by 1.728 million years, which makes it one kalp equal to 4.32 billion years. On the universal scale, one day is said to be 4.32 billion years long.
Damn.
This day is divided into a period of creation, where life forms are created, and a night period during which no creation takes place. Each of these periods is also 4.32 billion years long. In other words, one day of Lord Brahma on the universal scale is 8.64 billion years long. It's interesting to note that, according to modern scientific discoveries, the oldest life form on the Earth is 4.28 billion years old.
Wait. Hey, somebody fact check that. No way. Yo, for real? Yo, that's actually nuts, bro. That is sick, man. Yo, if that's true, bro, that's insane. Are they talking about the dinosaurs? They might be talking about like probably some bug or something, or like some insect. But that is sick, man.
It's interesting to note that, according to modern scientific discoveries, the oldest life form on the Earth is 4.28 billion years old. Mahakalp. Kalp, a unit at universal scale, is further extended with days and years similar on Earth, so that a month at the universal scale is 30 kalp, that is 30 universal days, and a year at the universal scale is 12 such universal months. This enables life forms to rise and fall in accordance with the karma they have earned. On the universal scale, 100 years are defined as the lifespan of a universe. This is called a Mahakalp. A universe is said to end at the end of its 100 years of age. So, the lifespan of an entire universe is 8.64 multiplied by 30 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 100 billion years, which totals to around 311.04 trillion years. The ancient Indian texts says that our universe is currently on the first day of its 51st year. During this day, we are in the Kalyug of the 28th Mahayug of the 7th Manvantar. So, we have come to the calculation once again. According to ancient Indian texts, the age of the universe is 50 universal years plus 6 Manvantars.
Yo, look at all the math that goes into this.
Plus 7 Sandhi Kal plus 28 Mahayug.
Okay.
50 universal years equal to 8.64 multiplied by 30 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 50 billion years equal to 155,520 billion years.
This how old the universe
6
is.
Manvantars. 6 multiplied by 306.72 million years equal to 1,840.32 million years. 7 Sandhi Kal. 7 multiplied by 1.728 million years equal to 12.096 million years. 28 Mahayug. 28 multiplied by 4.32 million years equal to 120.96 million years. So, the age of the universe, as per ancient Hindu texts, is 157.49 trillion years. Modern science tells us that the universe is around 13.799 billion years old. However, ancient Indian texts predict a much longer timeline. Ancient Indian texts says that the age of the universe is around 311 trillion years. This video is only an attempt to appreciate the great scale of time on which ancient Indians were working.
Oh.
We do not come across any other ancient civilizations that talk in terms of billions or trillions of years of calculations with specific names given to such large periods of time. Like the famous American cosmologist Carl Sagan said in his book Cosmos, the Hindu religion is the only one of the world's great faiths dedicated to the idea that the cosmos itself undergoes an immense, indeed an infinite, number of deaths and rebirths. It is the only religion in which the time scales correspond to those of modern scientific cosmology. Its cycles run from our ordinary day and night to a day and night of Brahma, 8.64 billion years long, longer than the age of the Earth or the Sun, and about half the time since the Big Bang. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video.
Man.
If you liked it,
You know,
like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already.
You know, I think about it, bro, and I think everything that we ever know eventually goes through kind of like life and death. You know what I'm saying? Everything on this planet, shit. I mean, even our sun, we know eventually is gonna die. So it would only make sense that galaxies would die, universes would obviously eventually die and, be reborn in a new way or whatever we want to say. And I am kind of surprised that other religions don't dive into that a little more to the depth that Hinduism does. I think that's pretty cool. I learned so much in this video alone, bro. Like this literally was 12 minutes of straight knowledge. I didn't know a thing in this video, bro, except about, some mass extinctions. I knew about that. But like, man, bro, this was seriously about 12 minutes of just knowledge, man. That's crazy. And the more I think about it, it does make me think, man, because it makes sense. I think about everything that I've ever known eventually will die, does die. And many things will come back in a new way. I probably just won't be here to see it, so even, it's small of a scale as like fashion, music, like everything always comes back in a new way. And you think about it, you can think, but they just think about it so grandly and so much bigger than just what we have going on here. So it's awesome, man. It was awesome, man. This is definitely one of my favorite videos that I've ever watched on this channel. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me on this one, man. Tell me some of your thoughts. How do you guys feel about that? What's your take on it? And thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Peace out.